All right, if you're new, welcome. This video is for those few people, because I know it's not a lot of you, that have a short attention span. You're probably the same people that prefer short form content because you only hear what you want to hear. I will never, probably in the rest of my life, go get a regular job. And in this video, I'm going to try to explain to you guys the reasons why I probably will never go get a regular job again. Unless it's very high paying, I will probably never go get a regular job again. Okay, let me start by what sparked this video. I did a video just talking about my normal rideshare stresses. And I want to be clear. I have to say this over and over and over and over again because these people with the short attention span, they usually only watch one video. They're probably not subscribed to the channel. They watch my videos and immediately say, well, you're doing rideshare full time. You should be doing this, or you should go get a full-time job. First, before I go into the video to spark this, I want to say I make, with everything I'm doing, not just rideshare, because I'm only doing rideshare part-time. I'm going to say it again, part-time. I drive 3 hours maybe in the morning. I didn't even do that today because I'm doing this video. And then usually about 3 hours in the afternoon. Maybe 5 to 6 days a week. It's not every day. Sometimes I take 2 days off a week because I want to spend time with family or whatever. Because I'm a new grandfather. So people automatically, the video that sparked this video, somebody in the comments, and I'm not going to say it really bothered me that much because it happens a lot, but somebody in the comments immediately said, go get a full-time job. Why are you doing rideshare full-time? It's not meant for full-time. I'm not doing it full-time. But these people don't hear that. In the same video, after I got through complaining about Uber and Lyft, I said literally 5 minutes in the video that they're short, attention span. They didn't pay attention to I said part-time. I easily make, with everything I'm doing, more than any, and I gotta be honest, I'm not college educated. So I barely made it through high school. But I easily now, at 54 years old, doing some other stuff that we're going to get into, make more than I ever have, probably I would say to date, at any regular job. Let's just get that out of the way. I make more than a regular job will pay me without furthering my education. So for people to automatically go get a regular job without hearing out the rest of the video or going to maybe watch more than one video, what else does this guy do? Does he just do rideshare? No, they don't get that far. They watch that one video and they don't even watch the one video far enough to hear me say part-time. So in that video, somebody commented, well, why are you driving Uber and Lyft full time to go get a regular job? I hear this quite often, but it's not the majority. It'll be like, every blue moon, usually the videos that do get a lot of views, because I get a lot of videos that only get like less than 100 views. But every now and again, I'll get a video that does decent, let's say. I don't know if that means it's not viral. I can't say viral because I never really go viral. I think the highest number of views I got on any one video was 10K on one video. And if you go to my Nice Guy Driver channel, you'll immediately see it. It's got Dar's face on it. But this video got maybe a few more views than normal. Sometimes I'll get a video, maybe 1K, 2K. You know, it's not often, but it happens. And I'm trying to understand the mindset of people that go to the regular job stuff when regular jobs are not paying that well if you're not well educated. They're just not. That here in Connecticut, because I know people from all over the country or even the world could see this video, but here in Connecticut, minimum wage is now at what, $15 an hour. I easily make at low end $700 to $1,000 a week. A regular job wasn't paying me that. A regular job, I think my last retail job after taxes, I maybe took home like $800 to $900 after taxes. And before you say, well, you're definitely not getting out Uber Lyft, you're correct. That's why Uber and Lyft is only the part-time part of the equation. Why do you people automatically assume I'm just a rideshare driver because I'm complaining about rideshares beyond me? It's my daily hustle because it's the Insta-pay. But I also do stuff online that occasionally brings in dollars. And I rent rooms. I'm not the owner of the property, but I have an apartment and I rent rooms. And I as of right now, because they haven't raised it again, you could say I'm rent free because the two people that I rent to, they cover the rent. So between Uber, Lyft, what I do online, I'm not even getting AdSense money yet. That could be an equation later. That covers food, you know, other expenses, utilities, repairs, credit cards. So I just wanted to get that out of the way because I'm hearing it more often, which is go get a regular job stuff. Again, I'm going to say it. The average regular job does not pay enough for most people' lifestyle or well-being. And granted, I don't have any young children. My daughter's grown. So if you factor in young children or even pets that I don't even have right now, a regular job would not be able to support me. So please, please, before you go in the comments and make a comment about going to get a regular job, think about that. I make more than any regular job will pay a 54-year-old with no job history, because I've been self-employed for the past 7, almost 8 years. I've been self-employed. You know, I have a holding company I set up, and I've also been doing Uber and Lyft for the past 7, almost 8 years. And I make more than any, I'm gonna keep saying it, more than any regular job will pay me, because I don't have a bachelor's degree. I didn't go to college. Some of you say go back to school. Why? There's people with degrees in Connecticut that still get the same job for $15 an hour because there's not a lot of jobs available that pay decent. And Connecticut is one of the higher paying states, if you can believe it or not. Because if you go down south, they pay less because the cost of living is less. So I'm trying to understand why this person commented that when literally in the video, I said I only drive part-time, like 5 minutes into the video, but they didn't get that far. You know, they just heard my complaint in the beginning. So I guess I got to do a new tactic, which is explain in the beginning of the videos over and over and over, I'm not just a Uber and Lyft driver. Hence the 5 YouTube channels. I have 5 active YouTube channels to help bring in, you know, awareness to my online presence. I do drive almost daily, not every day, but I would probably say right now I'm still 5 days a week. I'm currently trying to structure a new business for my transportation company that I'm trying to start, where I can go fully private. But even then, I'll still be driving Uber and Lyft, because where am I going to get the customers? From Uber and Lyft. I just wanted to get that out of the way for the few people that have a short attention span, that don't watch the videos all the way through. They automatically start giving assumptions that, well, why is he only doing Uber and Lyft when it wasn't meant to do full time? And I agree. Uber and Lyft was only meant to be a part-time hustle. And I don't think this person was even trying to be malicious necessarily. They just have a short attention span and they don't watch all the way through. You know, hence the reason why they probably watch more short form content. And I get it, because I even do it. There's people that I go on YouTube and I don't watch the whole video through, but even I watch more than 5 minutes worth, you know, of a long form video before I make assumptions. And I don't comment on people's videos negativity, period. I just don't. The last person I posted something negative on their channel is because they scammed me. Or in my mind, what I perceived as a scam. You know, that was E.D. Cole. You know, but that's probably one of only 2 people I ever posted anything negative on their channel. You know, so I just want you guys to think a little bit before you post negativity on somebody's video and watch more than 5 minutes of the video. You might learn something, believe it or not. You know, now as far as Uber and Lyft goes, yes, I do complain a lot about Uber and Lyft because they just don't pay fairly. They never will. And I get it. You know, I get sometimes people will be like, well, shut up, it's a capitalist society, suck it up, deal with it. No. At the very least, I'm allowed to complain. As are you. It's my God-given right to complain. And the reason why people watch is because they have similar complaints. You know? I don't think I'll be a rideshare driver forever, because obviously once I get a full book of business, I can phase out Uber and Lyft 100%. That is the goal. And by then, God willing, the channels should be bringing in some revenue as well. If not by bringing in more online dollars, bringing in AdSense money. You know, so I have a plan in place. I'm not just rambling on for no reason. I have a plan B and C. Some rideshare drivers don't even have that. They're like worker bees. They literally just drive, wear out their cars, and aren't even working on plan B. At least you could say I'm working on plan B. At the very least. You know? And I want you guys, again, before you post something negative on somebody's video, Think about that. My car is not in the best condition now because I choose not to put the money in it. I choose to pay down other debt and other bills rather than putting in all my money into repairs that aren't necessarily immediate repairs. Obviously, if I need tires, that's more of an immediate thing. You know, I do my oil changes. Even part-time, I'm doing oil changes probably once a month. If not every month, probably every 2 months at the very least. I'm sure most of you don't have to do that. So yes, Uber and Lyft, even part-time, is wearing out my current vehicle. I'm probably thinking about upgrading soon. I'm factoring into that, into my plan. But I just want you guys, I'm trying to be nice. I'm the nice guy driver. I'm trying to be nice because it is a little annoying. Just a little annoying when I see a comment like that. Even though the person's not trying to be malicious, they don't think. They just keyboard warriors. They just comment negative and they don't think. Like, this is a great side hustle. Even though Uber right now is unbearable. But Lyft, and I was watching Show Me the Money Club, and they were comparing Uber to Lyft. Like, what's the benefits for Uber and Lyft? Which one is better? And their math came up with Uber is better. And I totally understand why they did. Because Uber gives you more opportunities and more offers. But as a rideshare driver in my area right now, Lyft, to me, is just a better option. Number one, I'm not bombarded with garbage. Uber definitely gives more offers. They definitely do. They bombard me with offers. Like, if I turn on the app right now, even though it's a slow morning, I'll get bombarded with offers that are simply trash that I won't take. Meanwhile, I'll turn on Lyft. I may have to wait a while, but I'll get an offer that is reasonable enough that I'll be like, okay, I'll take this one. You know, it's a short trip, but it's paying me $9, where Uber only offered me $4 to $5. At least this is what's happening to me. And then the area filter with Lyft makes it much more enjoyable to drive, because even Lyft, you take off the area filter, they're offering you stuff 15 minutes away pickup for a 5-minute trip. So they're doing the same thing as Uber, but because we have that area filter, it makes it much more enjoyable to drive because they're giving me stuff within a reasonable area. I like to stay within these 3 towns that I like to work in. 3 or 4 towns at the most that are close. Where if I took that area filter off, I'll be all over Connecticut. Literally. That's what Uber tries to do, but they try to do it for pennies lately. I don't know what's going on with Uber. I guess it's because of that new advantage mode crap, where they put drivers in classes, and if you're in the lower class, which most of us are, my acceptance rate's probably like, on Uber, probably like 5%. I would say it's definitely higher, probably closer to 50% probably on Lyft. Because I put that area filter on, I get more offers that I'm willing to take. They're just not as often. And I like that because I'm not bombarded. That's distracting with Uber. If you're an Uber driver, hit me in the comments and tell me if that's not distracting when you don't hit stop request. When you, in each and every ride you take, if you don't hit stop request, you're going to be distracted with bombardments of trash. Shared rides, rides too far, rides to Hartford during rush hour traffic. I don't want to do it. I just don't want to do it. And Lyft at least has given me an opportunity to make my quota, which isn't much. You know, I'm only out here trying to make $150 a day part-time. Reasonable. But people don't equate everything I'm doing because they don't pay attention to all my videos. So I'm telling you in this one video, I am more than just a Uber and Lyft driver. I'm an online hustler. I'm renting rooms. And hopefully will own my own transportation company very shortly. We're working on that, and hopefully at some point I'll make money educating people how I did it all so they can have a plan B and C as well. I don't have all answers. My stepdaughter said, well, you act like you're perfect, and no, I'm not. I'm far from perfect. In my eyes, I'm a mess. I make a lot of mistakes in life. I spent too much money. Made bad choices in women. But the little bit of family that I do spend time with, I enjoy. I love them, including her. And I see a future outside of rideshare. I see a beautiful, almost makes me want to tear up because I see a future where I don't even drive part-time, but I'm designating drivers under my own personal branded company for transportation. It's coming, and hopefully I can give family members opportunities as well. It's coming. I'm very flawed. I'm not perfect, but I have a plan B and C. So before you make that next negative comment, pay attention. And I get it. Don't watch the whole video, but watch more than 5 minutes if it's a long form video. Even shorts are going to 90 seconds now? YouTube wants longer form video because you can't really get your point across in 20 to 30 seconds. But these people attention span is, they watch like maybe 1 minute of the video and be like, oh, well, why is he doing, why are you doing, go get a regular job. Regular jobs are not paying. Regular jobs are not paying. And before you get into further education, that's not for everybody. College is not for everybody. It's not. School is not for everybody. There's other forms of education. I've learned a lot from YouTube. So to me, actually, YouTube has educated me. I learned how to go after, during the pandemic, I learned how to go after EIDL grants, loans. I got 1 loan, and I got 2 grants. I got a PPP, all from being an Uber driver. But I wouldn't have never knew how to even do that without somebody on YouTube telling me step by step, do this, do that. People are amazed when I tell them in the car, when I'm driving people, passengers, you got that much from being an Uber driver? Yes. Who taught you how to? I went to YouTube. YouTube's amazing if you find the right people that you vibe with, they make sense, because there are some scammers on YouTube, of course, like anything in life. But if you really gravitate towards somebody that you feel could teach you something, it's amazing. It's mind-blowing. You really could go to the next level, literally, watching the right people on YouTube. That's how I got this far. I learned how to set up companies, corporations from YouTube. There's a lot of people selling courses But honestly, I'll be totally honest. The same people selling courses. Like I found this guy from a guy called Glendon Cameron. This guy, Glendon, was talking about Dan Mattel. I think that's how you say his last name. I learned a lot from watching Dan because he tells you how to get the money, how to make the money, what to do online step by step. You know, so there's a lot of people on there that you just got to find the right people for you, and you can literally level up just watching YouTube without even ever paying for a course. I'm telling you, it's very, very possible. I think I'm going to level up this year solely on the education, because it is education, that I've gotten from YouTube in the past 3 years. I haven't paid for a course, and that guy I mentioned, Glendon Cameron, he probably was the last guy I bought a course from, and that was years ago. He's no longer doing videos on YouTube from what I see, but even when I go watch his old stuff, I learned something. That's the amazing thing about YouTube. You can go watch you can go watch my old content. I even think some of my old content is better than my new stuff. YouTube. It is education. If you want more insights and you can relate to me, you know, because we're not just going to be talking rideshare going into the future. We're going to be talking about business structures, business setup, business credit on some of my other channels. All you got to do is subscribe. Like, help support, and comment positivity sometimes. I get it how some of you are so eager to say something negative. But try to think a little bit before you make a comment. And click that bell icon if you like the person you're watching, because YouTube's not going to recommend all their stuff. You know, it's just not. You know, you got to take the initiative to at least subscribe, click the bell icon so you get notified of some of their stuff. And for the few of you that have been watching me a while on one of my channels, I really, really, really do thank you for your support. It's been a long journey, and we're still going. Chapter 54, we're still going. You know? I'm not going to say I'm going to be on YouTube till I die, but if it keeps benefiting me, I might be on my deathbed doing my last YouTube video and be like, guys, it's been a great journey. Chapter 90, hopefully. Knock on wood. We'll see. Thank you for your support. I love you guys that have been trying to support in some way, whether that be a like or positive comment. And I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Thank you.